In this video, we show how to correctly install the one-phase PIKO MP Plus hybrid inverter from CoStyle. Please note the information relating to installation and proper use of the device. In addition to the PIKO MP Plus, the scope of delivery includes the following accessories: a quick start guide, an installation plate, 1 or 2 pairs of SunClicks plugs for connecting the PV strings, an AC plug and 3 sealing caps. The type of plate on the left side of the inverter contains the serial number and warnings. The connection area can be found on the underside of the housing. Up to 2 DC connections are provided to connect the PV generators or battery storage. To make this connection, use the safe-to-touch SunClicks plugs provided. The AC grid connection can be found on the right, next to the DC connections. The communication interfaces of the PIKO MP Plus can be seen above the DC connections. The Ethernet interface allows the inverter to be integrated into the local network. The COM connections are used for communication with external devices, such as the CoStyle Smart Energy Meter. Connect this with COM1 if you are running a battery system on the PIKO MP Plus. If you do not have a battery, please use COM2 for the connection. The integrated display and control buttons are located on the front of the housing. Fit the installation plate vertically on a level installation surface. Ensure that the lateral metal strips are facing forwards and the locking plate is facing upwards. Position the PIKO MP Plus centrally on the installation plate. Hang the 4 locating pins on the rear of the inverter into the locating tabs and gently apply pressure to the device. Lower the inverter until the installation plate's locking plate audibly engages. Ensure that the DC switch is in the off position and that the AC line is voltage-free. Then install the AC plug. The AC cable is now connected. To quickly and easily connect the PV strings to the inverter, please use the SunClicks plugs provided. The PIKO MP Plus can be connected to the internet using the LAN connection, allowing it to transfer operating data and event messages to the CoStyle Solar portal. To do this, connect the network cable to the inverter and connect the Ethernet cable to your PC, router, or switch. If you want to monitor your home consumption or want to connect a battery storage system to the PIKO MP Plus, it is absolutely essential that you install the Smart Energy Meter. You will find information relating to this in the respective installation instructions or in our explanatory videos. If using the battery functionality, you will need an activation code. You can get this code from the online CoStyle Solar Electric shop. Note: if you want to use the battery system on the PIKO MP Plus, it is absolutely essential that the CoStyle Smart Energy Meter is installed at the grid connection point, position 2. When connecting a battery, note the power class of your PIKO MP Plus. The product name provides information about the number of MPP trackers. Switch on the AC supply and move the DC circuit switch on the PIKO MP Plus to position on. Initial commissioning starts automatically when, as a minimum, the AC connection has been installed and switched on. This is done on the display via the menu structure. The settings in the menus are configured using the control buttons. The preset display language is English. The language entry is highlighted on the menu. Select the desired language and confirm with the Set button. Once a selection has been confirmed, you can always return to the checklist using the Escape button. Highlight the date format in the checklist. Set the desired date format and save the input. Open the Date menu. Confirm with the Set button. The input box flashes. Use the arrow keys to set the desired day. Confirm the input with the Set button. Use the right arrow key to go to the month field. Enter the desired month. Confirm and proceed in the same way with the year setting. To close, press the Escape button again to return to the checklist. Use the arrow keys to go to the Time Format menu item. Highlight the desired format with the arrow key and use the Set button to save the input. Exit the menu. Highlight the Time menu item and press the Set button. The hours input box flashes. Use the arrow keys to change the hour and save your input. Press the right arrow key to edit the minute input box. Repeat the above steps to set the minutes, and go back to the checklist. Highlight Country Selection in the checklist. Set the country in which the inverter is installed and confirm the input. The inverter automatically loads the grid parameters stipulated for the country. Use the Set button to confirm the country selection, and keep this button pressed and held for approximately 3 seconds for your input to be adopted. Go to the Reactive Power menu and confirm. Select the mode and e.g. cost phi equals 1, and then the Mode Load Defaults menu item. Highlight the desired load defaults and confirm your input. You can now enter the number of nodes. Return to the checklist and select Finish. If all the settings are OK, press the Set button for approximately 3 seconds to confirm the input. The inverter restarts and basic commissioning is complete. Once initial commissioning is complete, switch on the DC switch. Your PIKO MP Plus is now ready to feed in and will start to switch onto the grid. If you want to integrate the PIKO MP Plus into your local network and the Coastal Solar portal, go to the menu item of the PIKO MP Plus. Use the arrow keys to go to the settings. Then Network, and finally Web Portal. Activate Setup to confirm data transmission. You can now use the Connection Test menu item to check communication with the Solar portal. Note: if you don't want to transfer data, remove the network cable or deactivate the data transfer by going to Settings and Network. You can configure the recording of home consumption and the power curtailment by going to Energy Management. Please observe the information provided in the inverter's current manual.